Hey guys, welcome to a garden tour. This is not garden tour Saturday. If you're new here, I do garden tours Saturday pretty much every Saturday if I can remember what day of the week it is. This is a bonus video, pre-recorded, have lots of flowers to share, a little bit of drama from Mother Nature. I'm going to insert some video clips. I've had quite the morning. Let's just say the crows have shown me a new side of them. I didn't pre-record what was happening, but basically I was out watering my garden and a crow dropped a live baby bunny right in front of me just a few feet away and was horrifically trying to murder it. And I had to intervene. The bunny was screaming and crying and in so much distress. And I intervened, and the bunny, I think, is going to be okay. It is at the vet right now. I am not going to keep the bunny. Well, I don't think so. Stay tuned. Not likely. But it's most likely going to be a wildlife rehab place when it's finished. The vet didn't have that bad of a situation from my perspective. I'm a human nurse, not a bunny nurse, but I think it was doing okay considering the situation. So we're gonna do a garden tour. There's so much to see and some things I cannot wait to show you. This little bunny is a survivor. He was trying to hop just a few minutes ago. He's like getting his groove back. I have to save him. I don't know if he's gonna be wild or domesticated, but this poor little thing, he's such a fighter. I'm really hoping that the vets can give me some advice or maybe some interventions. I'm going to take him to the vet, but first I have to find some kind of box to put him in so he doesn't get lost in my car. But what a little trooper. Wasn't ever anticipating getting a pet. I don't know if he's going to become a pet, but what a cutie. He does not want to pass. He's definitely full of spark. We're starting off in the backyard garden. This area I'm literally calling the flower garden. Not very creative, but that's what it is. It's a whole collection of random flowers and there's so much to see here. Let's get started. So first, I'm going to show you a rose that has just started blooming. I am so excited about this rose. This was original on this property and it still had the tag attached when I moved here. I have removed the tag. It is actually a miniature rose and it is just starting to bloom. Right here, this beautiful mini rose. And I'm going to insert the name of it from my memory. It's a rainbow something or other. It definitely has rainbow in the name and I think that is true to the tag. The colors are absolutely spectacular. I am so excited to have this rose. Test. See if this rose is fragrant. I'm so curious. We're getting nice and close to the ground, quite literally, because this is a mini rose and it is very low to the ground. So, gonna have to do a little morning yoga flower sniffing. I don't think it has any fragrance, but that's totally fine. It is absolutely beautiful. Doesn't matter if it's perfumey or not. I love it. Next, let's take a moment to appreciate this mermaid lavender. It is a type of Iberis, which is a type of candy tuft ground cover. Actually, it's not a ground cover, it's just candy tuft, but it is absolutely stunning. Mermaid lavender. I never heard of it until this year, and I am so glad I got it. Check out the tag. This is what it is. Mermaid lavender, a hardy perennial. A unique lavender color in candy tuft. Prolific bloomer with a showy display. Blooms spring until fall. That is so exciting. I cannot believe it blooms that long. I didn't realize that when I bought this. I have flowers to look forward to all the way until fall. I am so delighted. The color is just, I am so drawn to this purpley lavender color. So beautiful. We're going to do a sniff test on the mermaid lavender. I have not smelled it yet. It's been blooming for at least a month, I want to say, or maybe not a month, a few weeks. And I'm so curious if this is fragrant, so we're gonna find out together. I think it has a smell, but honestly, it's not that pleasant. It's not horrible, but it's not something that I particularly enjoy. And you don't smell it unless you're like right up close and personal with it, but it's not super delightful, not something I would want to put on myself. It's just one of those smells that is okay, but probably don't put it on your body. Next, we're gonna check out my peonies. I did show them in a live tour recently, but if you haven't seen it, let's check them out. They are stunning. Right in this corner, there are peonies. These were original to this garden, and they are getting more and more beautiful. They started out, I want to say, more color in the pink tone, and now they're fading to a very, very light pastel white with just a very small tint of pink in that color, and it is gorgeous. Here is some alyssum. I grew this from seed. There's actually a few patches of it, more over there. Let's zoom in. And I didn't know if it was going to come up because I hadn't seen any sign of it, but there are at least 3 plants that came from my seed package, so that's super exciting. Alyssum always adds a very sweet fragrance to the air. I don't need to do a sniff test on it because I've smelled it many times in my life, but really, really pretty, whimsical flower for the summer garden. Coming this way, we're going to check out the California lilac. It's been blooming for quite some time, just full of blooms. If you've never seen this plant before, it is very drought tolerant, hardy, evergreen, and the bees just love the flowers. I was trying to show you a bee. We have another rose to check out. I have not shown you guys this rose yet. Just started blooming, I want to say within the last several days. I don't think it's been a full week yet, and it is another stunner. I am so blessed with roses. Check it out, this color, oh my gosh. It actually started out a more red tone, and it's already become more of a fuchsia pink. So beautiful. I think I have the tag. Oh, maybe not. There was a lot of wind the last couple days, and I did see some of my tags go flying in the wind, but I did not come out in the evening to go get them. If I can remember what it's called, I might find the tag later. I'll put it on the screen. I think this is a shrub rose of sorts, super healthy, and I'm so happy to have it. It has very few thorns, if any, which is so amazing. Probably would be spectacular in bouquets. Now, I'm not going to start picking them unless I get quite a few more because I am enjoying them here in the back garden, but there are more buds, so we'll see how abundant it is, but so lovely. And we're going to check out another rose. This one I have shown on this channel, and it is absolutely stunning. This rose, single flower, has been blooming, I'm going to say close to 2 weeks. This one same flower. It's a Floribunda rose called Europeania. And I think it's very true to the label. It definitely was not mislabeled. Very, very lush. I love this new growth. It's purpley red. So beautiful. And there are at least 3 more blossoms forming. So I cannot wait when the whole plant is full of flowers. It's gonna be stunning. Quick little look at the vegetable garden. We're not going to do a full tour of this, just a little overview. Today's focus is definitely the flowers. Coming out to the rock garden, there's a ton more flowers to show here. I'll go a little slowly. If you've been around for a while, you've probably seen some of these things before. This is my Spanish lavender. I've got several of them blooming here. Really loving their lives. The theme in this garden is mirrors. So I have mirrored both my rock art and a lot of the plants in this garden from one side to the other. They're mirror images. So here we have a cat. On the other side there is another cat. We'll flip around and check that out. There's Kitty. This is a thyme that is just starting to bloom in this little bed. And I have California poppies once again. If you've been around for a while, you'll remember my old garden was full of California poppies. And they are back here in the new garden. You don't see too many flowers or plants yet, but trust me, there are way more plants here than you can actually see. Most of them are very tiny still, and well, I can show them. They're not very significant at this point in time, but give it a few more weeks to 1 month, and this is probably going to be a sea of orange in many areas. So that is so exciting. And we've got to check out my little wildflower project by the mailbox that I originally created for the mailman. It has more poppies blooming. We're gonna go check out those wildflowers. So here we are at the mailbox. Let's use some zoom. There are California poppies blooming here, mixed with some, I don't know the names of all of the poppies, but we've got a whole collection. There are pinks in here, reds, fuchsias. Absolutely gorgeous, the colors. So lovely. And speaking of poppies, do I have something to show you? Actually, 2 things that I'm so excited to share. And the whole reason I'm actually making this tour is to show you these 2 things that I just discovered when I was watering. And one of them, I have not ever grown this in my life, and I am so excited to share with you. And the other one is also kind of a little bit of a surprise, let's say. Talked about it before, and we're gonna actually see it. So we are in the perimeter of my garden now. This is the rock garden area, and this is a poppy, and I have never grown a poppy like this in my life. Check out the colors. We got to put some zoom on this. Is the camera gonna focus? It is like a 2-toned purple and wine color, and I am so in love with this color. I have grown many poppies over the years, and I have never grown anything like this. The color is so spectacular. I am so in love with this. Now, I don't know what variety this is. I'm feeling this might be like some kind of bread seed poppy. I did sprinkle poppy seeds here. I don't even remember if it said what type it was, but wow, I love the foliage on this. Once upon a time, I grew peony poppies that looked like this, the foliage, but the flowers were much different. I don't think this is a peony poppy at all. Not sure what it is, but I am so in love with this poppy. So gorgeous. My favorite color is right here. And what I'm epically excited to share with you is that my little wild roses are blooming. I had mentioned this in a live stream. I didn't know if these were wild roses 100%. They were in the grass and weeds when I bought this place. They were not in a defined flower bed, but I didn't want to waste them. I wanted to save these, what I believe to be wild roses. And I wasn't sure if they would bloom. I wasn't even 100% certain they were roses. I thought so, and they are now blooming. Just one flower. I had some before, they faded, and this time I was determined not to show them to you. So check out this wild rose. Here it is. It may not look like much, this tiny little rose. In fact, the last blooms were much bigger and more significant, but to me, they are so meaningful. I really nurtured these little wild roses. I gave them all kinds of plant fertilizer, bone meal, seaweed extract, kelp meal when I was creating this flower bed, as well as some more nutritious soil from my garden. And I think it paid off. This is at least the third flower these little roses have had, and I'm so excited about it. We're going to do a sniff test on this little rose. I have to get very close to the ground once again because this is ground level, but let's smell them together. Oh yes. Oh my, this rose is heavenly. It's not super strong, but strong enough that you can smell it, and I really enjoy this fragrance. So nice. It's another look at some of my California poppies growing right in front of my windmill palm. Both of these plants seem exceptionally happy out here, and there are a ton more wild roses in this little flower bed here too. And I don't know if they're gonna bloom, but I probably have about 20 of these wild roses between the two flower beds. So one day it's going to be an abundance of roses here. And let's take a peek at how my little bed here is with the Grow Love and the two hearts. Plants are definitely starting to put on a little more growth. And there's a ton of wildflowers in here too. They're just too small to really see them yet, but give it a little more time and you will see a lot more color here. There's the heart. There are lots of seedlings in there. And the second larger heart also has a ton of flower seeds. Some of these I grew in milk jugs. So we'll see what they look like. And then there's some that are sprouting on their own from my flower mix. And we've got poppies in here. So give it a few weeks to a month and this is gonna look very different. Thank you so much for joining me on this little garden tour. Say a little prayer for that sweet little bunny that was attacked. I have high hopes it's going to make a full recovery. It was hopping around my house before it went to the vet. It is a true fighter. And we'll probably see you Saturday, maybe sooner, potentially in the forest. I haven't decided yet. I hope you are having a lovely June and have a lovely day, evening, or night wherever you are. Bye-bye. You guys, I'm feeding the crows and I'm going to show you why.